Hey, good day to you all. In this video, I just wanted to uh, discuss with you the possibility of using old tanks as artillery, and what else you need as an old tank as a T-72, the early version. And if you know that well, watching the news, you might experience the same that you saw these old tanks being shipped to the front line, and it is somewhat um, well, the experts have evaluated this as a sign of weakness and despair, but it's not that. It's not that. Bear with me. These old tanks uh, are not useless in a way that they can be used as artillery, and in this video I just wanted you to explain that how it is done. Well, why use them as an artillery? Second, the first reason, because you have them. That's you have tons of them, and not only you have tons of them, but also you have tons of ammo for them. And uh, are they good tanks? Not really. They are not good as tanks because they are obsolete, and against a modern tank they would not stand a chance. But they are not like against not up against modern tanks, because in the battlefield tanks are not really fighting tanks most of the time. That is the exception, not the rule. Tanks are inherently offensive weapons and not anti-tank weapons. These are the anti-tanks weapons which fight tanks, not that much the tanks. Not as if I was some expert in tank warfare, but I know enough that tanks don't really fight tanks, especially now. But still, what to do if you have plenty of these old tanks, and not only plenty of these old tanks, but you have a trillions of ammo for them? Well, you could use them as a artillery support weapon. Let's say we are in the commander's seat, and we get to the gunner's seat, and we have the side, the traditional first generation T-72 side, and in order to use them as infantry support weapon or a makeshift artillery, you need to switch to the high explosive AG round, and for some reason it does not allow to reload it. So I just use my sight and to shoot something, because the original concept of the T-72 sight was that you just range something with the red line, and the ballistic computer just calculates for you the solution, and you just put your reticle on the position that you calculate the solution for, and that's it. You're just going to fire that. So you, on the upper side, you see the range, which is 2,000 meters for that house, and I need to range it with T, and the analog computer just calculates the solution for me, and I can just shoot with. This is a armor piecing, but anyway, I need to shoot the armor piecing. You see, and I just hit the house at 2,000 meters, and I reload, and now I'm reloading a high explosive. And it is pretty much the same. I just need to switch the computer on the top left to O, which is oskolichny, and also range, and the computer just calculates the solution for me for that 2,000 meter, and I just put my sight on that again and shoot. That's the direct mode. That's not really a big issue. You see, I just hit that. That's not really a big issue, but what we're talking about here is the indirect mode. Because in indirect mode, you don't really have to see your target. I set up a little mission here. I'm here at my location, and I have some targets here in Paros, in this intersection. And since there is a small hill in between us, I don't see them, and they don't see me, which is probably a big advantage. And I just want to explain to you how tanks are used for indirect purposes. What you need to do is, obviously, to get the azimuth for that target, which is 4,649 meters, and the distance, you need also to get the distance, which is what? 2,610 meters. 2,610 meters. And just load a high explosive and switch on. I have developed a little mod which you will see if you are in the commander's, if you are in the gunner's view. You have a new item in direct mode, and if you switch it on the bottom left of the optics, you see the azimuth and the elevation indicator. So what you need to do is just to find the azimuth, the 4,649, 4,649, (4,647), and the elevation is the distance is 2,610. I have the real range table, so I just calculated some 30, almost 40 mils of elevation. So and let's switch on the bullet cam to see what we did, and let's see again, 4,649, and the elevation should be around 4, and we should hit our target there. Let's shoot. You see there I have a little squat there, and I just overshot. So what I need to do is to decrease my elevation to 1 mil, because we are shooting low angle and it is extremely big changes you have for 1 mil. And let's shoot again. Now let's overshot again. Let's load and decrease our elevation a little more. And shoot again. Boom. See, that's direct hit. The good thing about it is that, you see, they don't see me, and using this method I can engage the targets I'm not seeing. I'm not in, I don't have visual on, because it's a big advantage. They won't have visual on me either. So how this is done in reality? Well, with the tanks, you also need to find your azimuth and your elevation, and let me show you how do you do that. Yeah, that is the AZU, the azimuth indicator, which is it is kind of depicted in this with this mod on the top left side, but it's not accurate because it somehow does not show the, well, let me show you here. In reality, the small needle will indicate me the hundreds, you see, and the little needle, the long needle, will indicate me the individual units, the tenths and the single units. You see, if now I am, and it does not indicate for me the absolute azimuth. It indicates for me the relative azimuth to my to the tank body itself. So this is a pretty accurate, because with 1 mil accuracy you can measure relative angles, and if you know one absolute angle, you can pretty much with simple arithmetic adding and subtraction find your design azimuth. That's how you find the azimuth with the tanks if you want to use them as artillery. But you also might find the elevation. Well, the elevation is found with this device. What you need, it is pretty much the same with other artillery pieces. Here you have the hundreds, and here are the single units, and you just rotate it, and it does, when you rotate it, it rotates relative to the barrel, and when you elevate or raise, when you elevate the barrel, this bubble will just align in the middle, and that way you will be at the desired elevation. That's how you find elevation. So that is how you use tanks as artillery pieces, and you can also, well, what happens if you, the problem is the elevation. You see, the maximum elevation for the T-72 is around, what, 250 mils. You see, that is pretty much the maximum elevation you can achieve with these guns. But what can you do if that is small? Well, what you need to do is to find a hill. Let me show you. If you find a hill and you drive onto it, let me go to the commander's seat and find a that hill. though it's not big, but you can go on it and you will see that by standing on on that hill and remaining on that, you will, what you do is you give a little initial elevation to your gun, and if you go to the gunner seat and you rotate the turret forward, so you can shoot pretty far like this, and switch on indirect mode. Give it the elevation. You see now I can give it the elevation more than 300, 400, 470 mils. And just by, you see, you can shoot pretty far with this at almost high angle. With the proper alignment, you can shoot to 10, 12, even 13 kilometers with the tank. Obviously, I also needed to change the because the ammo just self-explodes in a while, so I messed with the config files a little bit, and the ammo now does not self-explode, so you can shoot with the T72 with the high explosive run just as far as you want. So I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day. And on the description, I will link the download for this mod. Thank you.